Hello buddy, welcome to another video vlog. Okay, so yeah, I'm Daniel, okay, and today is the 29th of March. It's a Sunday and today marks the third day of my music break, and if it's relatable to you guys, that means in Malaysia right now it's roughly the 12th day of quarantine. 14, 13, so yeah, I think it's a 12th day. So anyway, yeah, I have a big announcement for this week and so forth. First thing is that I'm not gonna upload music this next week, which is sad. There's big reasons why I'm not doing that. So the question is, what am I gonna do for the next week to maintain my consistency in posting on social media and YouTube, because consistency is everything to all of these kind of like platforms. Okay, so the first thing of course I'm gonna be doing is a lot more vlogs and improvisation is obvious for me to just generate ideas and generate more skills and more things I can do on the piano, and also vlogs so that I can train myself to really talk and share my ideas and my progress with everyone, whoever really wants to watch it. Okay, so other than that, possibly I'm gonna make videos about my cats once I give them a shower, though, once they're all clean, probably by the end of this week. And the next thing is that I'm probably gonna talk about more knowledgeable stuff, scientific stuff and stuff. I have no idea of what am I gonna do about knowledge, but I'm gonna do something like that. I have some ideas of things I want to talk about or write about, but to formulate the ideas, to actually put it out there, it's pretty daunting. To make vlogs itself is already daunting. Especially with my parents all at home and all very well know that I am right now actually making the vlog. So anyway, yeah, that's possibly the things I'm going to be talking about for the next week or so. Now comes the big thing, is that why am I not going to upload music for next week? Possibly it may change. I may actually upload one music next week, but why am I stopping? And that is, I have realized a big part of music production. Like, music production is really big thing. Like, it's damn complex, and I've been doing it in a very simple way. I've been mushing a lot of my steps in doing this kind of things. Mushing things up actually wastes a lot of time and a lot of energy and makes what you're gonna make a failure, literally. Like, I had a structure, but my structure wasn't enough of a structure, and now I've realized a new structure, and it's the damn huge structure, which ultimately makes me not be able to make music as often at this point. My bio or my motto always has been saying is that I'm always trying to make the next better production, because right now I am in the learning phase of music production. I'm still new to this. I've only been making music for 6 months. I'm pretty proud of my progress, though I wish I could do it faster, but that's kind of impossible so far as how my progress is going and as how people would tell me. So what is this new thing I have come, like, this thing doesn't come directly, but it comes slowly, and it kind of like exploded this morning. Okay, and there is actually 5 steps to music production, especially for those who are doing it by themselves. Everyone should know this. Professionals should have known this already, but I just realized this. I've been doing things in one step, and that's the problem. Okay, the 5 music production steps are: first, you get your inspiration. Okay, you get inspired by something, by a certain sound you hear, or a certain melody you hear, or a certain chord progression that you played. The second thing, structuring, laying out your whole thing. And the next thing is sound design. Okay, where you pick your sounds, you pick your instruments and stuff like that, your sound effects, blah blah blah, just to make the mix more full, something like that. And the fourth step is gonna be your mixing, where you make sure that there is dynamics and stuff like that, where your chorus is loud and clear, and people will know that that's the chorus, or the pre-chorus, or the verse, something like that, just so that you can have distinct parts and make the thing overall more stable, more balanced in loudness wise. And finally, the mixing, the mastering, where you take the mixing step to the final stage and actually balance everything out completely so that it sounds better, so that everything is there, everything you want is there, everything supposed to be there is there, and everything that you need to emphasize is emphasized. Okay, that is your mastering phase, the last phase of production. And why am I saying that there's 5 steps? Because usually I jumble everything together. Structure, I layer so many sounds together, and then I mix on the spot and master. I literally put all my mastering chain on my master and call that a master. Apparently that is really the worst thing I've ever done. That's really bad. I just really do not do that. Okay, so alright, and so what are the bad effects of what I've been doing for the past time? The first thing is, it wastes your time and energy and makes you fail your production 100%. Okay, like, we are human, okay, and we have a limit to our focus, to our idea generating time span, and also to our excitement of actually doing this. So it's like when you are actually producing music is to really make the music and spread it out. Okay, that's the general idea of it. And the first step to really do that is to finish it. Your goal is to finish a piece of music and let it out. So that means you have to keep it consistent, like from A to Z with proper storyline, and then finish it. Okay, so like what I've been doing for the past 6 months generally is that I try to finish my tracks like in 2, 3, 4, 6 hours that day. I finish the track. I train myself to really finish something, okay, rather than keeping it halfway and then say, oh, sadly I have no inspiration to do this anymore. One thing that I kind of like found a way to solve this problem is that put structuring as its own process. Literally do structuring only. And how to do that? Limit the number of instruments you use in your structuring phase. And for me, I have kind of like got an idea of what I will do, and that is prepare 5 different instruments and 3 basic drums. First of all, let's talk about the drums. The drums are pretty basic: the kick, the snare or clap, and then the hi-hats. That's all. Let's put 3 drums, don't put 4. Okay, don't put drums, snares and claps, just put 1. The next phase, then you probably change them or add layers or something like that. Okay, but for your structuring, literally just put 3 drums and 5 instruments for me lah. So for my instruments, I'm gonna be putting 2 separate instruments for melodies. Okay, one is gonna be a kind of like a softer kind of instrument, and the second one is gonna be a bit more louder, probably the leads or harsher leads or something. Yeah, that's for my chorus. Okay, for my the grand part, the big part. Okay, the main catchy part of the whole thing. Yeah, that's going to be one instrument specific and one other instrument for the other melodies. The second instrument, the third instrument technically, okay, that I'm going to be talking about is the chord progression kind of instrument, where I'll be layering out the whole chord progression, like the piano or guitar or anything. Yeah, just for the chord progression, that's all. Just one instrument for that, so that I can carry on with completing my melody, because like chord progression and melody, I should accompany with each other so that I can actually complete the song. Like that's all I have to do. Next part is the pads. The pads literally just gonna copy paste the chord progression so that I can have the ambience, the background, the vibe for my next step later on, and also fix my melody basing on those 3 instruments. And finally, the bass line, probably something I would do with figured bass, figuring out the bass. So yeah, that's roughly the 5 instruments that I need for structuring. And the next part, and so yeah, really, you just have to limit your sound. When you're doing your structuring, you have to limit your sound so that you can have all your inspiration, all your time and brain for finishing your whole track, your 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, everything completed, all your variation, all of your sections all prepared. Okay, just finish your structure first. Like that's how you actually can easily finish your music despite the sound. Like as long as you finish your structure, you're good. Okay, you can actually make that as a music yourself, but then it's not gonna sound good. And that's why the next step is important as well, to complement the first one, because the first one is literally the storyline of your song. Your main goal in music is literally your storyline. Okay, and what makes it sound good, what makes it become what it is your next step, which is sound design. This is where you're gonna have to pick better instruments or pick more layers for your instruments. You add effects to those, like reverb or EQ or compression or whatever, to those separate mix. And the next is adding sound effects for, probably adding a little drum rolls here and there, or risers and crashes here and there, or maybe rain sounds or whatever. That is your next effect steps, and yeah, sound effects. And of course, the automation of the sound, like the changes of the instruments, like more tremolo or vibrato or whatever on certain notes. Yeah, that's where you put that there. Okay, and the next one is that reasoning. Okay, reasoning is very important, because you need to make sure you reason your sound to your main storyline. Reasoning should happen on every step, but that I think is a bit more important on your sound, because I have been receiving kind of like feedback that my sound choice is bad, so I'm putting more emphasis on reasoning of my sound. And then after you design the sound, after you lay it decent sound, then you go to your mixing, where you automate the loudness of each different instrument, each different sound, okay, so that everything fits well in the mix. Okay, this mixing is all about fitting your sound with other layers, and also to make sure your dynamics, your soft parts are really soft, perfectly soft, and loud parts are perfectly loud. You can hear the contrast. Okay, and also control your drums, like putting a side chain, or making sure your drums doesn't have too much grumble, low end 30 hertz, 20 hertz, 20 hertz kind of like rumble that doesn't actually you can't even hear it, but then it affects your mix a lot, because it takes a lot of energy from your sound waves. And yeah, yeah, that's your whole mixing literally, just to balance out the sound. Okay, mixing is mostly balancing the sound and making them fit together. And finally, okay, mastering. Mastering is pretty much to stabilize and to kind of like finalize your song. Okay, mastering is pretty much very important as well, which I come to realize as well. Okay, to do mastering is literally to extract the whole mix into one wave file and then do a separate project just to master. What you do in the master, probably you cut the low end and the high end, you compress, okay, and then you EQ it probably to add more tone. I mean, fixing the tone of your music, and also limiting, and then that's also the second final step, which is limiting, and that is to make sure there's no sudden peaks of loudness in your mix, and so that everything is balanced. And finally, your LUFS meter, which is for preparing your track for streaming sites, preparing your track for YouTube. Okay, because YouTube, when you upload to YouTube, is a different thing entirely. Okay, apparently, yeah, I had to learn that the hard way. But then yeah, those LUFS things. So anyway, I think that's all for this video, I guess, for today. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Subs if you enjoyed it. Thumbs up, please, so that I can beat through the YouTube algorithm and stuff like that. And yeah, stay tuned for more. I guess I'll probably make another video of my new plan for the next week. Okay, I'm gonna start layering out. I'm not gonna make music today. I attempted to do it this morning and I feel so exhausted. Okay, I drank 2 cups of coffee already and I don't think I can make music after this. So anyway, thanks all for watching and see y'all tomorrow.